Tonight, we draw Gaxmoor. I like the fact that this draws game. You came here for the mapping, did you not, my child? Hopefully volume's working right now. I'm doing my sinister version. It's never done that before. I'm not going to map with this on. Hold on. So many people are going to miss that. But they will get it if they watch from the beginning of the stream. I am going to put Herbert to one side. And we are going to begin. So many people did not see that. But box office did. I might put it back on later. Alright, so let's talk about what we're going to actually do here. We're drawing Gaxmoor for Stephen Chenault and Luke Gygax. We've done the outside of the map. We've done the terrain on the outside of the map. The hills and the forest. We have all of the buildings on the outside of the map to do. Talking of which, let's get my glove of doom. Over here. Oops, I just did a dot, but over here. That A36 is a swamp. We know that from the description. So, I'm actually thinking of removing the edge of that. Maybe tonight. And replacing it with more of a rivulet coming out into a swampy area, you know? So that's one thing I'm thinking about doing. The other is, I'm thinking about working on this area here. The graveyard. Yeah. Now the graveyard is going to be easy and tricky at the same time. Because C1, C2, C3, all the way up to C15, alright, yep, they're locations. So I'm going to have the scenario up to one side, and we're going to make sure that whatever we draw is not in violation of what's in the scenario. Now, outside of that, I can draw a pretty mean graveyard, you know what I'm saying? But we need to make sure these locations are in it, and that they are appropriate. Wow, a lot of people in the chat already. Well, don't start dueling each other already. Yeah, you just literally got into chat and you're like, hey, Angel, boof. Hey, Jack, boof. This stream is literally 5 minutes old and you guys are already kicking each other in the teeth. What the hell? Box office, you are a cheater. Yes, next admin day we definitely do that. But what is the command? What is the command? Like gold add, gold give or something? Let's do this on stream because it's so professional. Angel Tarragon. I don't know if that worked, Angel. There you go, Angel. Alright. It's the money machine. Don't say I don't ever give you anything, Angel. Alright, Angel, you got plenty of cash now. Go beat up everyone in the stream. Alright, you know what? Let's warm up. Let's warm up. Let's start with this bit. I got a little bit of a vision. Hey, Hubs! No, Jim Vaughan. Jim Vaughan, thank you for the subscription, my friend. That's awesome. Very much appreciated. I think, you know what, Jim? You know what? Did you see me in my beholder hat? If you did not see me in my beholder hat, because of that subscription, I will wear my beholder hat. Let me know one way or the other. If you already saw it, then I don't want to hurt your emotions anymore, my friend. We call it subscriber beholder, I guess. Maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe that'll be a thing. Alright. Brush, and we were working off an 8. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to look at my little note. Where's my note? Where's my little note? I think my note's over here. Well, my notes is blank. What's that? Ink brush size, 8 pixels. 8 pixels, 8 pixels. Alright, we can thank Dungeon soon for that one. Thanks, Dungeon. I know you'll be watching it later. Assuming I can upload this stream somewhere, right? Facebook is being really, really finicky with videos nowadays. Ink. 100%. Flow 100%. What's wrong here? We're drawing in blue. Professional. Angel, I thought somehow you might want to see me in a beholder hat, so you know what? You know what, young lady? I am going to give you a gift that is never-ending. So Facebook doesn't have an issue with the length of video. I know that for sure because I've uploaded some really long videos and it's been fine. But randomly, it will kick up a fuss. Even on a 2-hour video. Just randomly. And then it just seems to stick and like I cannot get that video to go through. And it will load and it will start to process and it will do all of the processing to the point where I as the admin can watch the video, but it's like stuck on that last 1% and it won't go through. There's a bug in their system. There's a bug in their system. And there's nothing you can do. So I've actually bought some software to convert videos to any format, including a Facebook format. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if I can get it uploaded. If it won't, and Facebook is going to be hit and miss, I'm going to start pushing my YouTube channel more. That said, here you go, young lady. Beholder. Maybe I'll leave a map with this for a certain while, but I can't hear my own music when I'm mapping like this. It's like silence to me, but we can do it. I can't drink either. This is why I've got no background on tonight, because this played havoc with the green screen software. It just like, the software was like, I don't know what to chop out right now. So my whole head was like fuzzy. So it wasn't working. I could go, and like it got a little bit better, but it was still, I'm not sure what those tentacles are. And so it kind of just like barfed, you know. So I cleared the green screen in the background there. But yeah, a friend crocheted this for me for my birthday like many years ago. So here you go. Behold that. But I want to hear music, so hold on. Maybe at key points in the stream we'll put that sucker back on. It dawned on me, actually, I don't need these. I could totally just, like, be here, chilling, chatting with you all, you know? That's what Cave Geek does. He doesn't need anything on his head, because he's just, like, you know, chilling like this. But they're like earmuffs. I like them, and I can hear my own music, so... Alright, so let me explain a little bit about what I'm doing here. This is described as a marsh, right? And I think we're going to break that up a little bit. So we've clearly got a river outlet here, or stream outlet. It comes out, it creates this big, huge marshy area here. So I think we're going to start the process of having little rivulets, you know? And we're definitely going to do some deleting it. I want it to look a little bit like a tree in a way. But it's going to be water, and it's going to be water that goes into marsh. That's kind of my objective here. The way we colour that will all be kind of blue-green, you know? Alright, I think I need to break this up a little bit. See, that already feels a little bit more natural, you know what I'm saying? Instead of having that harsh edge to it, but that felt like a lake, this is going to be more swampy. That's what we're shooting for right now. Now, in the meantime, though, let's... what brush are we looking for here? Maybe something like that. Oh, that's soft, man. That's super soft. That's too soft. Alright. That's too much like hard work right there. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Angel. Once it has colour, it will knock the swamp feel out of the park. Exactly, it will. And it won't have that harsh edge to it. I think that harsh edge would actually detract from it. The brain, I think, is always going to want to try and, like, insert, like, water there. That is it, what is it, a pond? Is it a lake? What am I looking at? Right, so this actually, marshes and swamps is one of those few areas where I actually switch to a side view in a way. This being it. I start doing these little textures of grasses and reeds. But somehow it works. It's almost like the human brain is programmed to see it as something for what it is representing. So get some little cattails in there. I wasn't actually planning on doing this tonight, but it will warm us up, right? It'll get us going. talking of which, Angel, I don't know if you've been paying any attention to Reaper's Kickstarter, Bones 5, that they did today. But they literally just unlocked that. And I don't own one of those, so it'd be kind of neat to actually own one and paint it. So I think on an earlier stream I spoke about the sheer volume of miniatures I own, and one day on a stream I'm going to actually share. I'll actually show you some of the miniatures I own. I have a lot of freaking miniatures. Granted, not all of them are mine, some are Jack's, but I have a lot of freaking miniatures. And I have like too many. I mean, yeah, I have more than I have life in me for painting them. But I still can't resist a damn good, like, collection of miniatures on Kickstarter. It's like I'm a sucker for it. So apparently I'm getting some more. I think around April of next year I'm getting some more. But in all fairness, I backed Reaper 1 and I didn't like what I got. I was not impressed by the quality. So I skipped Reaper 2, 3 and 4. And then I went to ReaperCon this year and I saw the Masters for Bones 5 and I was like, I'm back in this. They have some seriously nice miniatures in there. Alright, more like that, okay? More like that. It's softer. Now it's looking a bit like a swamp, you know what I mean? Alright. Graveyard? Should we do graveyard? Astos, the swamp is looking great. Thank you, my friend. Quick zoom in over here. I don't think I've ever coloured a swamp. Thinking about it, I don't think I've ever coloured a swamp. Not in earnest. I've done it in 1 or 2 maps, marshy areas. I think we'll have fun colouring this one. We might be colouring this one later in October. We might be. We've been motoring along recently with our maps. Alright, let's talk about the next area. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The C's, all the way through to 15, stands for cemetery. Let's read about the cemetery a little bit. And let's see what we're going to draw right there in that area. Alright. So, what was that? Oh, I'm doing a search in the PDF and I'm spelling cemetery wrong. Hold on a minute. Am I really that bad at spelling? No, that's right. They must have that word in here. Alright, let's do C1. C1. Odd. C1. Well, how do I find where the cemetery is? Let's just bring this back. This is what we're looking for right here. I'm looking for those in... Alright, so let's do C1. There must be a C1. Come on, it's right here on the map. There must be. What about C12? Wow. Yeah, that's how I spelt it, Angel, and for some reason it is... no results. That doesn't make sense. There's no way that this PDF doesn't have the word cemetery in it. Maybe it's graveyard? It is graveyard. OMG. Alright, so what have we got? What have we got? Alright. So maybe this was stupid of me. But I'm thinking C1, C2, all the way through cemetery, right? Cemetery 1, cemetery 2. No. No. Bad. You're thinking too hard. Crypt. It's in the graveyard and they're crypts. So, let's just make sure what we're drawing here, we don't violate anything. Yeah, it's a little bit funky, Ange. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little funky. I mean, once you know the system, you're good, right? Like, they've got the areas, they've got the locations, they've got the sites. It's funky, but I get it. I feel you, bro. But yeah, well, if you just look at it with like fresh eyes and go, okay, so see, cemetery, yay! No, 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 stop with that enthusiasm. No, it's not a cemetery. It's a crypt. What have I told you before? It's a crypt. Yeah, so now I got it. It's in the vault. Crypt 1. This monument to the past, residents of Gaxmoor, is still in excellent condition. Bronze on the front gates is now in the beginning to tarnish, blah, blah, blah. Large dome rises out the center of the roof. So there's a mapping thing, right? C1 needs a dome. No matter what else we do with that building, it needs to have a dome. So cool, got it. And I'm going to skip any spoilers, okay? You're good. Don't worry. You're safe with me. I got you. Right here. No spoilers. Crypt 2. Right here. Alright, Crypt 2. A large building. Alright, it's fairly large. Constructed out of huge blocks of alabaster stone, occupies the west side of the pathway. Alright, maybe. But I need to make sure that's on the west, right? Wide stone steps run the entire width of the building. You see, that's something we can map. We can map steps. Alright, alright. You know, I'm almost tempted to do this. Let's make a note here. Let's make a note. So, this needs to be on west side, right? Oh, I should be doing notes. I should be doing notes like Dungeon Tomb told us. But I want to show you here. This one needs to be steps. This is my process, right? This one just needs to have a dome on the top. Okay. The wide stone steps run the entire width of the building and lead up to a columnar breezeway. I think it needs columns going up to it. There's no place like dome. Angel, you are a pun queen. You really are. You like your puns, don't you? Several statues catch your eye as you mount the stairs. We need statues. A statue of a muscular imperial with a full beard. Oh, no, maybe not me. Is gesturing at an old-looking assistant. That probably wouldn't be very imperial, would it? Alright, so there's statues. Yeah, there's statues, but I think the statues are inside, so we need pillars coming up. So that's what we're doing there. Crypt 3. See, crypt. You got it now, right? This is crypt. Me scrolling is the rest of the stuff that doesn't get spoiled for you. Crypt 3, C3, up there in the northwest. The Flaxus clan. You follow the stone paved pathway. Stone path, right? We need a stone path going up to it. towards a mausoleum. The entryway is barred by formidable portcullis. Stuff inside. Okay, so just need a stone path going up to that. Crypt 4. This is why this Gaxmoor map, while it doesn't intimidate me, it's going to take a little bit longer because we've got to, like, make sure we're matching the descriptions, right? Not all maps are like that. Teagle was very much like that. This is going to have a little bit of that. Every single location, we have to read it. We have to make sure what we map matches. The rest, we can play with, but this stuff has to match. What have we got? Crypt 4. Over on the west. This building stands out amongst the many stone monuments and mausoleums. The main house is comprised of 2 stories with a gabled roof. They don't even have C4 marked on the map. Alright. So we need a gabled roof. Painted dark green with white trim. We're going to have to get that when we do the painting. A smaller building stands close to the north side. And there's a pleasant sound of wind chimes, which we will not be drawing. Okay, and then small building. Let's say here. Alright, got it, right? Got it. I know, right, Angel? The C4 building is missing. It's lit. C4 building missing. Walls that look like they've been exploded out. Huh? All beginning to connect. Alright, C5. This will be quick, guys. I think the graveyard is going to be one of the more complex areas doing this because there's a lot of, like, named buildings in this one little spot. Crypt 5. Xerxes Dicus. Miss J, no C, C4. The day we can draw the wind chimes will be a glorious one indeed. You open up the map and you hit what the hell? Yes, I will break it. Crypt 5. This is going to take forever if I keep like doing performances in between. A small ebon-hued building. Again, there's a clue. There's a clue for the colouring when we get into it later on. Sits on the southwestern outskirts of the graveyard. And it's kind of western, but let's not like pick holes in the description. The building appears to be in good condition and remains apparently undisturbed. The walkway up to the squat building is paved with red, veined and black marble tiles. There is a painting effort. Black and red tiles. We are going to have fun with that later on. Alright. Rats squeak. We're not going to draw rats at this scale. Okay, Angel, we might draw some because I know you're about to say that you want some. And bound away as you approach this mausoleum. The arched entry contains whatever an iron-bound dark door. That's it. Alright, alright. So C5, that's a colouring effort, so I'm not too concerned about that. And by the way, Miss Jade, good to see you this evening. Yeah, I wasn't actually, says Angel. I don't like rats. C6. Where's my C6? Yeah, so, you know, I'm not going to get too crazy with this, but I'm going to give you an example. This doesn't ruin anything. Let me show you this real quick. This is C6. Now, what does that tell us? The C6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 80 feet by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 80 by 50. Strictly speaking, we should make sure our mapping matches this. It's certainly rectangular, right? Which is, you know, not too dissimilar than what's going on right here with C5. And strictly speaking, we should be careful that we don't deviate from that. So when I draw C5, I'm probably going to make reference to that and at least get close to it. Angel, you had me draw a chicken coop. Shut your mouth, girl. You had me draw a drink. You had me draw an aviary. Tom Carter's. Welcome. Tom, we're just reading descriptions right now. Oh, you noticed that, right, Miss G? And it's been doing it for versions of versions of versions now. It just... Photoshop doesn't know how to handle a circle. What are we up to? C6. Alright. C6. The Travelling God. This stone pavilion is ancient, withstood the march of time, better than many. The structure is about 20 feet in diameter. I think that they drew it larger, 20 feet, alright. And it's open to the air on all sides. Alright, so it's a pavilion. It's a pavilion. Alright. It's a pavilion. 8. Nestled near the centre of the graveyard. Alright, yeah, fair enough. Oh, okay. You want to know why I got rid of the background, Papa Fox? I can put it back. I can put it back right now. But you want to know why I got rid of it? Because I was wearing this earlier and it plays havoc with the snazzy background. Because the green screen doesn't know what to do with this. It's like, there's tentacles and her head doesn't make any shape. It doesn't look human at all. It's like, This is why I turned off the snazzy background. But I will turn it back on. Now you understand. Miss J, it did, and it was a friend of mine called David. He's in my role-playing group, and he does incredible work. I don't know if it will show up really on the stream. Well, it should show up on the stream because we don't have the snazzy background going on. But it's incredible, and the mouth detaches and everything. It's just so much work. He did it for my birthday, I think, years ago. I love it. I wear it to conventions. Everyone just like loses their shit. What are we doing? But that's why I lost the snazzy background. But, another idea I want to do for the stream is actually replace this background with a real-life snazzy background. Arms, armor, helmets, my miniatures collection, you know what I'm saying? Get it right here behind me. So then I don't need to do green screen all of the time. Angel, fight harder. Don't get hit. What are we up to? C6? No, we did. So C7. This ancient memorial has been violated. Violated, desecrated, and constipated. The heavy hammered bronze is lying in front of the entrance. Well, it'd be nice to draw a door lying on the floor, wouldn't it? Alright, so maybe I'll just make a little note of something like that. Number 8, the Tiberius family. Alright, number 8, Tiberius. Nestled near the centre of the graveyard, behind a large domed crypt, stands a rather small rectangular stone building. I think most of what we're going to do here is we're going to change the rotation of a lot of these buildings, make sure they're dialed into the description, keep their positions, and then put graves all the way around them. I think that's what we're going to do here. Papa Fox, you get it, right? You get it. I mean, strictly speaking, this is my hobby area. But the problem is, this is like my supplies. This is my hobby supplies for my painting and my dioramas and everything. I think it'd be cool just to do more of the actual, that type of thing, right? helmets and armor and stuff, less paints, less bottles. So I kind of just need to shuffle some things around a little bit. Then that area would be kind of cool. Might even put some shelves a little bit lower down. Get some of my large miniatures on there and stuff. That'd be kind of neat. I get some soft lighting. Some red LED lighting. Meh? Meh? Eh? Right, Tiberius family. Crypt 8. In the centre, behind the dome building, similar to many of the others, broad red marble steps. We need steps, and they're going to be red later on. All right, but there's nothing. All right, so it needs steps going up to it. All right, double doors we don't care about. Statues inside, blah 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 blah. Let's skip forward. All right, let's go to Crypt 9. The Penorius family. Daylight bulbs. Daylight bulbs. I don't know, they do these LED strips now, right? Get them underneath the shelves, get a little bit of mood lighting going on, a little bit of a red backdrop, a little bit of sultriness, you know? I see the top streamers like looking and rocking at shit. I just need to get rid of the painting supplies off the back there. That's what I need to do. Amateur hour. But that's part of my hobby. Don't be judging. Anyway, Penorius family. This large, sturdy stone building seems to be less ornate than many of the other ones around it. Plain gravestone blocks that will come into the painting. Although there are many structures around the outside of the building. Are there indeed? Oh, statues. Alright, we need statues. Alright. As you approach the building, you have an odd tingling sensation. Gonna map that. I'm gonna map an odd tingling sensation. I don't think we have to worry about the bulbs, Ange. I hear you. But I've got like light here, I got light here. What's behind me is just going to be the backdrop. It's going to be mood lighting, baby. You have to feel the smooth move of mapping. You feel it? You feeling me? C10. I'm not doing bright lights. They're mood lighting. Crypt 10. General Cracius. I like how these are Roman sounding names. It's endearing me to Gaxmoor a lot more. Cracius, Nubius, final resting place. General Cracius. Sir. And this is C11. Alright, in the northeast corner of the graveyard stands an odd looking mausoleum. The building is constructed of black stained wood, with broad leaves covering the roof. Huh. The stone flagged pathway leading up to the entrance is lined on either side with tall flickering torches. We're going to paint now. Alright, so we need a path coming up to this one too. The entrance of the crypt resembles a snarling, fearsome ape-like visage carved in the same dark wood that makes up the walls. The glowing eyes of the hideous creature stare down on the pathway. I like it. And now on to C10. No, that was C10. Path. I think most of them are going to have paths, right? Not a goofball. Very serious business. Very serious mapper. Likes a serious face. Serious business of hoots. We're talking about General Cracius's final resting place. This is a somber moment. You should have more respect. Crypt 11. We're almost there. The Gnaeus family crypt. This is Rome, man. This is Rome. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna march around the room right now. I'm gonna put my armor on. This is Rome. My helmet's coming on next time I do Gaxmoor. I'm getting my gladius out. Yeah. I didn't realise. Alright. The statues outside of this crypt. There's statues outside of the crypt. There are no statues on the map. The statues outside of this crypt have been knocked over. Oh, violence. And the crypt has been bashed open. Alright. We need fallen statues. I think the way we're going to approach this is I'm going to draw these named locations. Then we're going to do the graveyard around them. You know what I mean? Are you feeling me? Next one. Give me that. Feel like we're getting all of the points right. Crypt 12. Alright, Crypt 12. Labelling this at the end of the project is going to be fun. This mausoleum seems to be far older than the others in the graveyard. It may even have belonged to the first ruling family of Gaxmoor. This is Crypt 12. The deep green colour, going to be a greater colour later on, and angled doors, blah 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 blah, inscribed and blah 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 blah, entranceway between a grate and in a doorway, have some remains, peeling white paint. We're not painting peeling white paint. I'll do it at a battle map scale, but not this scale. That would be ludicrous. There's nothing special about C12 really, visually, from above. It does have a map though, and I'll tell you what, the map has a different shape. The map actually has a shape that is more like this. So, I think that's what we're going to draw. There's my notes for what's special about C12. We are doing a good version of Gaxmoor in this. Miss J. Oh, don't you start too with the puns. This is going to become the pun channel. Oh, God. And Angel loves puns. Miss J, you're just going to encourage her. What was that? C12. C13. The Magiris family tomb and a layer of bleep. That would be a spoiler. I'm not going to tell you what the layer is. This is a truly ancient structure. Wind and rain have left a mark on the squat, pale, greyish marble. That will be a colouring thing. The details of many carvings and inscriptions on the edifice are dulled to the point of incomprehension. The only entrance, narrow bronze door, layer of green, verdigris, discolours the door. Alright, so 13 is 13. Let's do for don't encourage, stop encouraging each other. No puns. This is a no pun channel. $14. Oh, what is going on there? I'm good. Skipping the spoilers. But funds are pun. Stop. Oh my god. It's like everyone in the world likes puns like more than me. There was a family game back every few years. All the family gets together. We go to the coast. We spend Christmas the week before Christmas at the coast. And it's all blustery and it's cold and everything, so everyone's hanging inside, we're playing games. And someone brought the game about puns, making up puns. And I don't know exactly how the game worked, because I didn't play it. That's me being curmudgeon. But everyone seemed to have a lot of fun. Making up puns. How about buns? Cinnamon buns. I like cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns are good. Tom Cartus. First, no cussing. Now, no puns. What's going on? Hey! Fuck you, man. And there was no cussing yesterday. I can't do puns. Puns are things like dads do, right? And apparently all you guys. Anyway, Crypt 14, stop. I'm really close. We've just got 2 crypts to go. This structure seems to be far better condition than the others in the graveyard. It's circular in shape. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. The low outer wall surrounding the building is painted a bright blue. Interesting. As you approach the entrance, you notice letters. We're going to map the letters on the wall. The entranceway is a long, arched tunnel. Huh. So this needs a wall and long arch tunnel. I wonder if they mapped that. No, they didn't, because they go straight to 15. Huh. So that needs some kind of entrance, you know, like something like this, you know? And it'll join this. It's gonna kind of look a little bit like that. And we'll paint it so it's kind of got shadows on that side, so it'll look arched. Angel says undead maintaining C14, I think. I'm not going to say anything because there'll be spoilers. But let's just say you're not entirely wrong. Alright, crypt 15. Azidlius Mausoleum. Last one, and then we're going to start drawing things. That's why you're here, right? Not for me to start, like, bastardizing some kind of adventure description. C15. A large rectangular building. Yeah, right. Constructed of black stone, occupies the southeastern corner. Yeah, okay. The building is relatively squat and lacks the pillars and columns that decorate so many of the other structures. Alright. As you look around outside of the building, you note it is remarkable for its lack of statuary, carving, or other decoration. The stone possesses a slight lustrous quality that reflects a faint twisted likeness of your face. A small copper-covered door, which we're going to map. No, we're not going to map a copper-covered door. That's it. Alright. And that is it. That's the graveyard. That's our graveyard. I think we can draw. Now, so first things first, right? I noticed I think the entrance to the graveyard is meant to be through here, right? So let's start with that. Let's start with our graveyard. And Miss J, I hear you on roof details. I'm not going to do any of the roof details on the ink layer here. I like that suggestion. You're right. Actually, so hold on a sec. Hold on. You know what I want to do? Where's my scale on this thing? 1 square equals 10 feet. Well, where am I? 1 square is 30 feet, right? That's what it said. 30 feet, yeah. You know what we're going to do? We're going to give ourselves a temporary scale. We're going to use this all over the map. And I say we're going to give it, well, that'd be 150. This is a throwaway, guys. We're going to be able to drag this thing around. Just to kind of get a sense of things, right? So we've got 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Now we can actually use that over here for just like getting a scale on things, right? I think some of these might be a little on the large side, but I think maybe they're actually pretty close. Alright. So our path. Our path is about, what do you think, about 20 feet wide? It's about 20 feet, isn't it? My room behind me is about 20 feet. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's keep that. Miss J says there was a pommy cartographer who really didn't like puns, but nobody would listen to her, so she ate some buns and had some fun. That crazy woman city mapper. Hold on a sec. There you go, Miss J. There you go. By the way, folks, I think that there is a command to give gold, but you give it away from your stash, okay? When I do that gold command, I'm giving it to her just from, like, the royal treasury or something. But I'll figure out what the command is for you to be able to give it yourself from your own thing. I think that gave her gold. I think that gave you gold, girl. I think. Now, the way I typically do my little alleyways and stuff and paths is this soft outer edge, and then we leave it largely to the colouring, okay? I'm not going to get too deep over here, because what we have is we have a collection of huts, and then when we do the huts, maybe on the next stream, right? We'll let them define everything. So, do we keep the general shape of the big outer area? I'm not a huge fan of the paths, I gotta be honest with you. Not the shape, it's not my style. What do I want to do about that, though? Alright, let's just let this flow, and let's say where we end up. Maybe redraw the buildings and wind the paths after. I was thinking about that, Miss J. I was thinking about that. I normally, so let me tell you what I normally do. I normally do something like this, where I'll kind of define these little pocket areas like this, and then I'll do these little paths inside the pocket area. And what I'm doing is I'm creating where mausoleums are going to be and where gravestones, etc. are going to be. But I do it all starting like this. But let's try a little bit differently. Let's try a little bit differently. Gold, add Miss J Maps 100 for it to be working. I like that idea too, Miss J. I think I'm going to do that. You know, what are you doing? I've got a cat playing with the beholder. What are you doing? I'm going to freely admit, tracing over someone's work distracts me in the same way when you're following someone in a car. Like what they do, you tend to react to them. And if I'm not careful, I will end up copying this. But I think we've got a couple of things we need to do. It's like, let's say we need C1 in C1's building in location, right? Forget the dome, we'll draw the dome later. But I don't want to draw all of the buildings in the same orientation. So, and at the same time, we want to put like major roads or paths around this area, which means drawing the buildings first, but then maybe turning off the trace layer, then just drawing our paths. I kind of like that approach. Like, doing our buildings, turn off like what's going on the trace layer, and then just draw our paths. how we feel it should go. I think it's a combination of all of the suggestions. So, let's do it. And to be contrary, I'm going to mix things up a little bit. But I'm actually going to change my pen. I want to get the dimensions correct, so hold on a sec. I feel that might be too heavy. Let's zoom out. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay for the large buildings, right? Maybe it's okay. I don't freestyle all buildings. In so much that, like, you know, like this wonky C12 that I sort of trace. I think for filler buildings it looks fine, but for the serious buildings with like stairs going up and everything, I want them to feel majestic, I want them to feel big, I want them to feel like they've got good architecture, and my wobbly hand is no good. The wobbly hand for the filler buildings and marketplaces and tents and shit, that works just fine. For something like this, I think we're not going to do it. And I think one approach I potentially got here I just want to... I don't know, if the path... I can see the path... Maybe the path comes through. Maybe the path comes between... No, maybe the path does split later on. Maybe the path comes... And maybe we position it this way. And we'll have some steps or something coming up to the front. And a dome on the top. Something like that. Alright. Angel, you are an angel. Angel, you know, don't you? You know, you recognize the signs. Alright. We can rotate, you know... Let's make things a little bit easier on ourselves. Just temporarily. Let's draw the graveyard on another layer. C10 is meant to have a path. Is that path? Pa. Pa. Pan. What the hell is that? The reason why I'm tracing over the top of the buildings for now, we'll edit that if we need to edit it. But I kind of want to just get the dimensions right. And the dimensions of a lot of these buildings seem like they were in alignment with the descriptions. So I don't want to like mess about with that. No, so hold on a sec. Hold on. Hold on. They use the same size, didn't they? They use the same size all over. Interesting. Interesting. I think we're going to do it differently. We're going to do it differently. Miss J, I think everything was going okay there. Alright, so this is going to have fallen statues around it. Yeah, you know what? Let's just... If I later on find... that, if I find later on that we have a building I need to alter because of the shape. Not many of these actually had a map associated with it. We'll then leave that one for roof detail. You know what we'll do with that one, I think? Something like that. What was C13 about? C of the 13. Yeah, that's got no map. C12 did have a map, so C12 we have to adhere to. Alright. But there was a little bit of a difference on the map. Okay. Whatever. That is about as wonky as you could get. Is there any problem when you freehand a symmetrical shape? That's close enough. Alright, so C12 definitely has a variance on it. So let's make sure that we capture that. And then I'm actually going to do a sanity check on the dimensions. Close enough. Where's our scale? Where is our scale? Yes, you see? Yes. Come in out there. There we go. Alright, scale. According to this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 90 feet. This is 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This needs to be bigger. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 40, 50 feet across. This is too small. Alright, we're going to redraw C12. We're going to redraw C12. Alright, so 90 by, what did I say? 50, right? We'll move this. 90 by 50. It's more like that. Right. And then there's this bit. Yeah, it's more like that. Alright, guys and girls, I'm going to have to get up and get my own wine here because Jack is apparently ignoring me. Is that where the front door's at? I think that's where the front door is at. So you know what we're going to do? We're also going to rotate it this way. We'll tuck it close to the tree there, I think, because the tree is kind of nice. Addition. Alright. There we go. Angel finally got one. See, Angel, you can do it. Angel, you're really trying, girl. I'll give you it. I'll give you it. So hold on a sec. Because he's not doing it. He's not doing it. You're ignoring me. You're ignoring me. I'm trying to Twitch stream. I'm trying to earn us a living. Ah! Stop hitting me. Ah! I'm back. They know you don't hit me because I would beat you up. Alright. Pavilion. Okay, so maybe the easiest way to do this is which ones have maps. The Tiberius family one has a map, and the Tiberius is Crypt 8. And that's meant to have steps going up to it. Oh, I can already tell that they've drawn it too small. Alright. Let's just put this to one side. Let's draw up here. Let's draw up here for a moment. Because the Tiberius family tomb is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 80 feet across. And that is location Crypt 8. Okay. So this is meant to be 80 feet across. Well, it's not actually that far off, if I'm going to be fair. Well, that's not far off. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's fine. Let's be fair. I just drew that on the wrong freaking layer. And I'm still about to do it again. Now we're good. I think this pen is a little heavy for this type of work. But I'm going to let it roll just for the mausoleums here. And then we're going to switch it. What feel do I want this to have next to that? I want to, yeah, more like this. I want something like that. I want the graveyard to feel unplanned. I want the graveyard to feel almost like it's tumbled together over eons and generations, right? Over the years. There's no planning here. Nothing's lining up. Nothing's symmetrical. And we're going to surround all of these mausoleums with graves and gravestones, you know? And shrubbery. Shrubs. What else we got? Okay, so we've got the House of Xerxes. The House of Xerxes is Crypt 5. This will be quicker because then the rest we can just draw however we want. This one here. Alright. So the House of Xerxes should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not bringing these maps on screen because I don't want to ruin anything, right? It should be 80 feet. So I think most of these are probably going to be of a similar size. At least the ones that have got maps. You see, that's kind of 60, isn't it? That's kind of 60. I feel like we should make the Grave of Xerxes a little bit larger. Right. So let's draw it. Maybe it's more like that there. And how far? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50 feet. So yeah, I feel like they're a little shy in that front too. So let's just make it. It's not quite rectangular, but hey, it's a Faden show. It's fine. Let's move you up there. It's kind of bugging me a little bit. Faden show or not, but whatever. What ifs? We're multi-zoomed in right now. Maybe between these trees, right? Maybe between them and against the hill there. That would be a good spot. We'll do roof details and everything later. I'm not bothered about that right now. I think that's the last one that actually has a map. Yeah. Like, bits have been shoved into whatever gap is available. Exactly. Exactly. Like, there's some trees, there's a little hillock. Put a mausoleum right there. Right? Yeah, it's 45 degrees. It is. It is. It is. So, maybe we need to correct some of those 45. I mean, we can't avoid like 90, 45 degrees, 180 degrees, 135 degrees, like 270 degrees. We can't avoid that completely, right? But this graveyard is beginning to conform to that a little bit too much. So what about just tipping it a little bit? What about just tipping it a little bit? And building it in there. This music is very appropriate. Alright, so I think we can now freehand these. Alright, let's do it. What was this tale off C7? What was that about? What sort of cliff notes is that? It's clearly not stairs. A fallen door. That's what it was. Thank you, Angel. Alright, so I feel like maybe we're going to make little, like, plots out of those. So the fallen door is actually going to be on that side. Let's move C7 a little bit. Let's move C7. No, I don't like that. Nah. You know what? Let's just do it this way. Let's just do it this way. Trying to draw a square on an angle. Why? Draw it. The regular way, and then rotate the sucker. And I could do a select and then do a stroke, but I'm trying not to do strokes on these right now. I typically don't like to stroke buildings. Oh, you're such a magnificent building. Is that granite? Yeah, don't do that. That's kind of creepy. Right, C7, and I'll remember about the door. King Bashman is in the house! Hoo, hoo! Miss J, can these commands have a sound attached? Sounds and animations, and we're going to. We are going to do that. On admin days, I'm going to do it. Yeah, so the answer is yes, Miss J. And I want to go there, girl. I want to go there. Background is different. Here's why. I started the stream in a special way, and having the green screen going, it was like really not knowing what to do with my head here. So my head was getting phased out of existence. So I had to get rid of the background. I won't do this background often. And eventually I'm actually going to replace my background with my hobby stuff. Miniatures. Big miniatures. That type of thing. But this is why I got rid of the green screen. Just for today's episode. Because I thought I'd be a little bit of a dope. That's why. Hey, Joy! Joy, you got to see that. I'm glad to see you here. Someone, Jewel King Bashman, kick his head in. But yeah, Miss J, all of those commands, all of them, I believe, can have associated animations, and sound effects. We are definitely going to do that. Especially, are you not entertained? We could have so much fun with those. Joy, I think we're all doing great. How are you doing? I will zoom out in a moment, everyone, and I will show you what we have been doing for the evening. We've been stroking buildings. I'm about to stroke a building right now. Luke Gygax is like, why did we hire her? She's kind of weird. Can we take that back? They are perfect. They are. Especially because when I was like, oh, that's a strong palisade. It was like, purr. King Bashman, if I had a stream, I'd do This Is Sparta sound clip for many a thing. Joy joins the chat. This is Sparta! King Bashman, I have a question. This is Sparta! Yeah, I can see how that would go down. We're goofing around, Joy. We're goofing around. We're going to goof around for about another 30 minutes or so. We're not actually going to get that much done today, and I think it's because we spent so much time goofing around. It feels like we've been unproductive today. It does, but at the same time, oh my god, what fun, right? And at the end of the day, it will just mean that we get to draw a graveyard without actually having to read anything, you know? We did a lot of reading today. Oh, what about 1, 2? Two's not done. It's on the west side. I feel like they didn't put it on the west side enough. I'm gonna move this C2. We're gonna move it here. And there's no map for this, so nothing stops me doing this. Let's change up some of the shapes here, right? And C2 will have steps. Alright. Something like that. Just zoom out. Just make sure. Because I know I'm doing a lighter shape. That's okay, because I'm going to make it heavier with roof detail. 1, 2, 3, 4 didn't have anything. Let's do 4. Poor old 4. Might as well vary some things up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's 7? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's draw some graveyard. Let's draw some graveyard. Let's have fun. If you've just joined, by the way, Joy King Bashman, we worked on that area to the west there. You may remember it looked a bit like a lake, but it's meant to be a marsh. So I got rid of the edges, and we've kind of drawn in a bit of a marsh area to it. That will kick ass when coloured, but it didn't look too bad black and white. Then we came over here, and we read out all 15 descriptions for the graveyard. So we knew which buildings had to have certain shapes. And now I'm going to draw the graveyard around them. Joy, what days are my streams normally on? Great question. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every week. Every other Saturday. And that's it. Right? Yeah. I am going to add a Friday stream, but that'll be for miniature painting. I do a lot of miniature painting as well. And I will hopefully add a Saturday stream, which is me running a tabletop RPG game. And I'll just stream my group's game, you know, and we'll hang out. So those, but right now it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every other Saturday. And Sundays I reserve for admin, so I can improve the quality of the stream, add things to it, you know. And eventually, Sundays, what will I do with Sundays? Oh, Sundays I'll always reserve for crunch time. If I've got a map on a Sunday instead, then I'll stream on Sundays. But otherwise, it's those 5 days a week. King Bashman, is there a lady in the lake? Well, considering that I just removed the lake, I literally just replaced the lake with a marsh. I hope there isn't a lady in the lake, because I think she would be unhappy. That's what I think. Honestly, Joy, I don't know what time zone you're in, or how often you can join. But during the week it starts at 6 Eastern Standard, the Pacific Standard, 9 Eastern Standard, and on the Saturdays when I stream, I typically start around 11 o'clock, or 2 o'clock Eastern. I always, on my homepage of Twitch, twitch.tv/Alyssa Faden, right there is a schedule, and it's counting down to the next stream, but it shows you the times to the next streams. Because if I go to the gym, I start half an hour later, you know. So look at my homepage. If let's say one day I'm going to do a surprise Sunday stream, I update that. If I'm not going to stream on one Saturday because something's happened, I update that. So always go to my homepage and look, and it will always give you the schedule for the week ahead. Always. I honestly, Joy, no, thank you. Thank you for hanging out here on the stream. Especially on a phone. I mean, I just appreciate that you're doing that. I think that's fantastic. I think what I'm going to do to a degree is with some of these... Oh, I didn't do that in the graveyard one, did I? With some of these, I'm going to give them like little entrances and stuff. Like, just give them a little bit of shape. That's one thing I can do to make these a little bit... like, personalized, right? And then, I think... Let's bring our path. I normally do pretty small paths, but let's do a major path here. All right. Sometimes I do sneak in early. Yes, sometimes I do. So the story behind this is like 6 o'clock Pacific. I get home, let's say 4:45, 5 o'clock, thereabouts. I typically shower when I get home. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, around 5:15. I'm kind of like, you know, heading on out, and I'm like, okay, so I'm about to Twitch stream in half an hour, 45 minutes. I will goof around on Facebook a little bit. I might do something with the stream, like try and get something working, maybe like, you know, record some video, whatever I'm gonna do. And then I'll be sitting there like, you know, 5:45, and I'm like, well... And I'll just get going. Sometimes I'll even actually start mapping before, and I'm just not recording it, you know? Just to get into the swing of it. And then to Miss J's point, yeah, sometimes that I actually just fire up the stream. I figure people will get the notifications. And then Angel comes running in fashionably late. Going, oh, I'm late. So it keeps her on her toes. I think if we can get the core structure of our graveyard in place here, we will be onto a winner. And I'm going to go back to our narrate layer in a second. You know what could be kind of cool with that circular one? To actually put a circular walkway around it. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. We can just come straight in here and maybe come out there. Something like that. Yeah, that will be an interesting tomb right there. Let's put on the rate layer back on for a moment. This is a pavilion. Black red tiles on the there. Gabled roof on that, which comes back to later. Stone path up to that one. Alright. So that will have stone path coming up here. Let's give ourselves plenty to work with. Graveyard is slowly shaping up, right? Slowly shaping up. Where do we take our walkway next? This one has stone steps because it's this here. So hold on. I think, Angel, if we can dial in our main buildings and there we go. I don't like it. That's below my standard. Hold on a sec. I think if we could dial in our buildings here, we'll be sitting pretty. Buildings and paths, right? The shape of our graveyard. That's our objective here. Drawing on an angle. It'll do. Short steps or steps all the length of the whole building. West side steps. So actually, okay, Miss J, you made me doubt myself. C2. Hold on a sec. C2. I think it was just going up to it, but like I say, you've made me doubt myself. Let's find out. I don't think it's either. I've just seen a map. So the description said a large building constructed out of huge blocks of alabaster stone occupies the west side of the pathway. Wide stone steps run the entire width of the building. The entire width of the building. Is that what you said, Miss J? The whole length. I think you're right. But there's a map that goes one step further. So you know what I'm going to do right here? I'm actually going to get rid of this guy. We're going to redraw him. Alright. So the shape of this building... Miss J, thanks for saying that. Because... This is what it looks like. Yeah. So Angel, Miss J, this. Let's make sure I draw on this layer. Alright, now get this. This is what the map does. That's the map. So the description is kind of a little bit hokey, right? That's what the map does. Path to both ends. Path to both ends, exactly. Let's just check our dimensions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 70 feet. Where's our scale? Where's our scale? Here's our scale. Alright, scale, you come over here. 70 feet. Well, hot damn, I think that's close enough to 70 feet, right? And that's 70 feet just for the interior. And then 1, 2, 3 and a bit wide. I'm going to call that a success. I just drew that just like loose. Like I just freehanded that thing. That's the shape of it right there. So yeah, path to both from both ends. Let's do it. And oh, and the pillars are on the inside. So this note I made here, that's not applicable. So what about positioning it something like this? I said west side of the path. What if we do a pretty major path going past it here? That kind of like little minor paths wrapping around it. What if we took it right here? The description says on the west side of the path. So what that could mean Mister, you're killing me. You're killing me, girl. But yeah, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right. It's like, yeah, 45 degrees. Yeah. Put a little protractor on there. Yeah, 46. Close enough. Gonna have to deviate off that by a factor of at least 5%. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Because look, you're right. Look what I inadvertently did right here. It's like in perfect alignment. Look at that. You're right. You're right. Let's change it. Let's change it. God damn it, Miss J. You're right. Alright, well. Can we just deviate like that? Is that... It's not in the same angle, right? Maybe a little bit more. I'm kind of tempted to tuck this one underneath a tree a little bit. I'm actually kind of tempted to remove the tree. I gotta be honest with you. I'm really tempted to remove the tree. I think I'm going to remove the tree. Because we're going to redraw some trees as part of this effort. I'm going to remove the tree. Yeah, well, no, Angel, I'm doing that again. Miss J, you're right. There's a 45 degree there. There's a 45 degree there. 100% right. And then I added a 45 degree. So at least I'm going to remove this and maybe we will rotate this a little bit. But I was working on this one right now, so let's get rid of that sucker. Alright, let's get rid of this tree. So it's got to be the west side of a path. Which means we're going to bring the major path through here. Then I think about there, we will break. This, I think, we'll do maybe something like this. What do you think about this? And we'll do a little bit of a walkway all the way around it. Maybe we'll do some pillars around it. Oops. Pillars and statues around it. Maybe some braziers or something at the end of the steps. Maybe something like that. We could even, like, you know, take out these sections here and we could put in little like planters. And to soften up our path here, kind of have the moved tree, something like that. Let's get our narrate layer off, maybe something like that. And then this one, I think we're going to rotate to your point, Miss J. And then that one will, I think, be okay. Alright. Alright. And maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll rotate it to be in orientation of the path here. Something like this. So this kind of circle. This kind of circle ends up being like a center point, right? We'll go a little longer on the stream today. That's why we get this dialed in, right? Alright. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, just let's inject some personality into this graveyard. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We are going to be canon. We are going to hit the shapes, the dimensions, and the maps that are already in this, right? The encounter locations. But then around these, and even where we can with these, let's just add personality. Alright. I kind of like where this is going. So let's put our narrate back on. This has got a door that's fallen over. So where were these stairs gonna? Where are these gonna go? I'm gonna draw this on the narrate layer for a moment. Okay, so let's do it in blue. So what I'm thinking about now is where do our main paths go? That's where my head is at. Clearly we have a path coming through here, and maybe our path snakes through here and rejoins up with this here. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Maybe this path, maybe it does this type of deal, and we'll have graveyards and shit here. And then maybe like bring it around and maybe come back through. Let's curve it through here. What was this for? Did we miss a round one? We've missed a round one. We've missed something. Yeah, C14. We haven't drawn C14. Oh, so we've got to remember C14. So, maybe we do this. Right? Maybe it does something like this. Maybe that's the kind of path shape. And then we'll have minor paths, okay? Walkways. Footpaths. We'll have footpaths. Kind of defining smaller sections. This is kind of where my head is at with this, okay? Type of deal. And we'll snake some of these off, and we'll kind of come up this way too, you know, and we'll come this way, and we'll surround those with little sort of graves and stuff like that. We'll do the same over here. I'm thinking something like that. Reminds you of your local park. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's see how much of this we can get done. But we've got to draw C14 right first. So sorry, Mr. C14. Totally forgot about you. My bad. I'm going to draw you a little bit larger than you've got on there. Unless you do you on the inside. Alright. I don't know. I do 10? 10 pixels? No, gonna need more. Select, modify, contract. Let's do another 20. Too much. Right, there's C14. Alright. Now, but C14... Where's our narrate layer? Yeah, C14. I know that looks like a mess. If you're joining the stream now, you're like, goddamn! What the hell? I just came here for the art. This girl is, like, spazzing out right now. Doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. I'd like to say it does, but no one is going to defend me on this. We're going to bring you up there like so. And we are going to delete this. Are you son of a bitch? We're going to delete. We are going to delete that section of wall. Because we all know, boys and girls, what I read out for this description is a piece of shit. Okay, let's take that back. I do take backs. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Let's do what feels natural. Right, remember there is an arched roof walkway. Which I think I'm okay with. Okay, we'll do an arched roof walkway right there. I'm not fighting anyone right now. You can see I'm trying to draw maps. I will fight everyone over the weekend. Let's at least get our roads drawn in today, right? Let's get our roads drawn in. Right. I hope Brian McWhirter is doing good. We haven't seen him in a short while, it seems like. And I know he was having medical issues. And he was going to visit a specialist. I hope he's doing good. I might text that guy. See what he's doing. You know, I think I'm going to kind of follow these little purple little indicators here, because I kind of like the shape that we came up with together. Let's just do like a little tiny dotted line coming up to here. This is little tiny path, little tiny path, little tiny path. Little tiny path coming up into our graveyard. So the way this is going to work, just so you know. Let's get this done here. That's done. Done. No, no. Whoa. Alright, so... interesting. Oh, I'm drawing underneath on the right layer. That's why. What a dope I am. What a dope I am. Alright, so... let's just bring this around here. So, the reason why I'm doing this type of thing... let me give you a sneak peek into this. Because what we'll do is we're going to add little gravestones, okay? Baboonski! Thank you so much. Baboonski, that's awesome. That's twice you've done that. So this is what we're going to do here. Is this type of thing. And we're just going to fill it with like gravestones. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the brush size that we're going to do this with. I feel like I might lighten this up a little bit. But we fill these areas with this type of approach, right? That's what we're going to wrap our big mausoleums with. Gravestones. Like tall crosses, laying flat all the way around. And we'll do, like, you know, obviously we'll do trees and shit like that too. Baboonski, I had a play retire tonight, so he had an exciting death. Uh-oh, Baboonski's like in. Baboonski is just in like sin. He is going to take out Angel. Who won? Baboonski won. Baboonski struts. Baboonski, that is a way to make an entrance, my friend. Baboonski's like, yeah, I'm in the house. Oh, you want to duel me? No! Strut, 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 strut. I'm sorry, Angel. I'm sorry. I think you tried to ambush Baboonski there, right there, and Baboonski had your measure. I'm just saying. What did we say we were going to do with that? Take it around the outside edge there. Eraser Texas? Eraser TX? Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Eraser, good timing, because we're doing the Gaxmoor map for Luke Gygax and Stephen Chenault. And we're going to be doing this, I think, for the next 2 months. It's going to be featuring every other stream, I suspect, for a while. So, fun times ahead. This is what we do in the stream. I'm trying to make the stream a little bit more each and every time. That's the more sign. And that's me drawing when I should be drawing. Let me see if AutoHost has you going on the TLG channel. I'm going to guess it doesn't. And I'm going to blame you, Baboonski. Eraser TX, but I'm a good punk. I mean, at least I don't go disintegrating with my friends for a quick laugh. sure I would hold it against you if you did, to be honest with you. I mean, if you came in here and said, hey, I erased my friends for a laugh, I'd go, okay, cool. You got some powers and you're abusing them for evil. You're abusing them for a laugh. I would laugh heartily and hope you don't disintegrate me. I'm just saying. I will zoom out here in a second, folks. Oops, don't do that, Faden. Don't do that. Miss J has taught you as much. Draw on separate layers. Draw on separate layers. Alright. I've got a funny feeling some of these mausoleums should have like stairs or something going up to them, you know? But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I feel like... you know what we're going to do? I'm going to create a hole right there. And whether it gives a description of stairs or not, I'm going to draw stairs. And then I'm going to like erase a little bit right there. And we're going to do little like walkway coming up to it. This is going to be a minor walkway here. And this is going to be the major. And this is going to be the major. This is going to be the major. Alright, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. That's the shape of our graveyard right there. That's the shape of our graveyard. I actually think that looks pretty good. Fill that in with gravestones and stuff in between those major mausoleums. I think this is going to look pretty styling. Babuski says, I love little extras on my maps. It gives me inspiration when describing. As a cartographer, that's what I like to do. This much of a map is preordained what has to be on there. This much map is the extra little personality that brings a map to life. This much is the extra shit the cartographer should be throwing on there. So players and GMs outside of the written encounters have something inspirational to go off. Okay? And I can give you some examples. Even though this map is early, we have these little walkways where we're going to draw huts and we're going to draw little monoliths that aren't on the original map. Right here. Right here. There is actually a hut right there. Give the players reason to go explore. Now imagine what we're going to do with this city proper, okay? Always inject some personality into your map as a GM. Give it more than this third. This third is what must be done. This third is what makes it alive. So many mappers don't even do this bit. Then this third is what makes even the GM go, oh shit, what is that? You need to do all of that. You need to do all of that. That's what makes a truly wonderful map. And I can use an example that has nothing to do with maps. I'm running Call of Cthulhu right now. It's the Masks campaign. And the Historical Society of Lovecraft, the Lovecraft Historical Society, do a boxed set of props. that transcend the original scenario by a factor of 1,000. Like, a newspaper cutting becomes an entire newspaper. And the stories all the way around the outside edge, they have stories within them. They have plots within them. My players right now are going, oh, what about this? What about this? What about this? And I'm out of plot now. We're running side adventures at this point. Your map needs to be full of side adventures. That's all I said. That's my approach. That's my approach. Yeah, don't do spoilers. Be careful of spoilers. Even I don't even know if that one's true or not. Don't do spoilers. At least on the stream, you're writing. You're writing, so you're given a little bit of a pass. But remember, the writing appears in the stream. I am just so you guys know, I never, when I'm reading out a description, I skip everything about the encounter other than the description the players get. I never go any further than that. You know, people backed this Kickstarter, right? And I know players like have the original scenario and things like that. But I want my players. I want you. It's not my players. I want you guys to like feel like you can look at this map, be intrigued by it, and yet know nothing about it. Right? And maybe you tell your GMs, hey, get this Gaxmoor thing. Because Alyssa Faden drew it. And she's going to sign it for me. I will. If you ask me to, I will. You'll have to send it to me, but I will. Time check. Probably in another 5 minutes. We're a little bit beyond where I was planning to be. In so much that I thought I would be done. Or I was going to end the stream 15 minutes ago. Alright. But I'm having so much fun with you guys right now. And I want to just like complete a couple of little areas. Because what I want to do is I want to zoom out. I want to zoom out and I want to see how it's looking. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's going to be the kind of the effect. That's going to be the kind of the effect right there. We're going to do that all over the graveyard. I think it's going to look pretty stunning. I think it's going to look pretty stunning. So let's recap. Let's recap. So what we did tonight is, let's give ourselves a red brush so we can do some pointing. Alright, we did the swamp area over here. We deleted the hard lakeside edge like border, and we've replaced it with a softer marsh. To zoom in, we gave it some rivulets coming in, and then we completely replace this area with just marsh ground. Black and white it works. Coloured is going to pop off the page. Then we came over here. Now, the original map looks like that. You can probably see it underneath. There are some keyed locations that have to be adhered to. Some of these locations have dungeon maps, or I guess above ground dungeon maps associated with them. And we needed to match dimensions, we needed to match descriptions. So we read through all of the descriptions tonight, and this is what we came up with. We moved a couple of the tombs around just a little bit, just to make sure that it was less 45 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degree angle type of shit. Because the whole map is that way. We need to break that, right? So this feels a lot better right now. And then what we did is we zoomed in. We redrew the paths, the major paths. And we're going to redraw these sub-paths coming through, right? These are footpaths. These are footpaths where people come, or used to come, to drop off flowers to their beloved ones, etc., etc., etc. And then in each of those areas, it's almost like a texture. We're going to add these little textures of suggested stones. And here and there's a collapsing cross. I know cross is Christianity, but it just starts to feel like a little bit of a graveyard, right? We're going to do that all over. That is going to be the subject of Thursday night's stream. So Thursday night, and I know there's Wednesday, we'll talk about that in a moment. Thursday night, we're going to finish the graveyard, and then we're going to come in here to A27, A25, A44, and A26. Thursday night, that's what we're doing. I'll tell you now, A27 are huts. So we're just drawing a bunch of huts. We're drawing a little village in this area. That's what we're going to do. A25, I think, is just a burned out area, so we're going to do a burned out shell of a building. And we're going to do that, and we're going to complete the graveyard. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, we're going to return to King Games Anchor's Home. We're going to do a little bit more noodling on that. I think, honestly, we're pretty much done. I'm going to email the 2 King guys. I'm going to ask them what else they want to do. Tomorrow night, if they need to do anything, that's when we're going to do it. Otherwise, it's going to be Gaxmoor. It's going to be Gaxmoor for a while, okay? Next week, I think we'll insert Keystone Reforged. If you don't know what that is, tune in next week. You're going to find out, because it's going to be the best map I've ever drawn in my life. That said, this is where we're at. I think it's looking good. We've only just drawn the beginning of a graveyard, and it's already looking good. This thing's going to pop. This thing is going to seriously pop off the map. It is going to be awesome. All of you, and I mean all of you, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I get so much joy just drawing maps and being with you, and just the laughing and the joking and the camaraderie we have and the chit chat. Probably half my stream is chat to you. You know, it's like, funny enough, just as a quick aside, I had a friend say to me once that I'm antisocial because I don't go out and I don't drink. In a way I do, and it's with you, and I mean that. I would rather be here mapping, hanging out with you, than going to some bar, doing whatever. And I mean that. So thank you, thanks for hanging out. My next stream is going to be tomorrow night. It's Wednesday, gym day, Expect 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Thursday will be 6 and then 9, no half hour. And like Miss J said earlier, I like to jump on a little bit early, like 15 minutes or so. So watch for that. I'm a little bit of a tricky one. All of you, I love you. Thanks for hanging out. You make my mapping so much fun. You really do. You make it for me. You empower me. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, to all of you, thank you so much for being with me. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you enjoy what we're doing here. We're going to do a lot more of it. Gaxmoor is going to rock. I'll see you tomorrow night, okay?